Let's do it. Let's do it. We're in. We already got that laptop. I feel naked. Yeah. Should I get my pubes out? Alright, let's do it.
Episode 75 of the Mac Podcast. No laptop, no worries. Bloody oath.
G'day and welcome to the Mac Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna, and to my left this week, the least in order of the least likely of the panel to get conscripted, it's my little brother Jay Hodge. Boy!
Jake, I'm going great. I've had asthma my whole life. I've got bad eyesight now. I'm not getting conscripted. I'm in the clear.
And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, it's the baby brother of the pack. We call Ginger Boy, oh yeah!
With all these conscription fears going around Australia, I've been thinking of ways to avoid it. And you'll find them out very soon.
Oh, very exciting. We'll also find out about the Kanye West Skete
Beefy Kanye.
beef that's going on. We also discuss 21st after Joey and I attended another mature age 21st weekend.
Yeah.
We
What else we got?
We get a few of your tales, which turn out to be there's a few interesting ones in there. And we're chatting about memes, the best memes that we've ever seen. It's a massive app, so let's get into it. Boys,
Brother Bingo.
how are we all? We all well?
We're going very well here.
What's new?
Here in Australia.
There's some crazy stuff going on with the war.
Yeah, so let's just get over and done with nice and quickly because I don't really know what's going on.
So essentially, Russia has invaded Ukraine.
Classic.
Because Ukraine used to be a part of Russia. They don't really like Russia anymore. They wanted to join NATO, which is a alliance with like the US, the UK, and some other countries. Russia didn't like this, and then they decided to invade, and that's essentially where we're at now.
Okay, right.
There you
Were you
go.
aware of much of this?
I knew they were invading because they wanted their land back. That's all I knew.
Yeah, and so basically Russia invaded, and the rest of the world has gone, actually, you're not really allowed to do that in this day and age, and now
Or ever.
they've put all these economic sanctions on Russia to make Russia's economy not great.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think in Russia, majority of the fighters are actually conscripted. So they're all 18-year-old. And when you get that age, you need to fight.
Which made me think,
the army.
like, we hear all these stories when we're in school and, like, from mum and, like, our grandparents. From our old mother. And, like, no, from, like, our grandparents and stuff of, like, you know, like, oh, I remember when my brother got conscripted, he had to go, like, serve 2 years. Like, he didn't actually go over, but he had to go, like, train.
Yeah.
Or, like, yeah, he actually fought in the war. And I was like, we're of age. Like,
Could happen to us.
could
Do we
happen
have
to all three of us.
Do we have a side? Do we?
Yeah,
Australia's not in the
we'd
battle.
We'd be on
Uh,
Ukraine.
Yeah. So we would be the anti-Russia side, assuming.
Who is on Russia's team? US?
No,
China?
China sort of, but like
I know which side I want to be
not
on.
really. So there's like Russia and
The winning
Belarus.
team looks like if we're putting money down.
Yeah, but like if
the team that has Russia and China, they're gonna win this
Nah.
If everyone in the world went in, we would win.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's
thing. Us
essentially
Australia.
Like no, because
we would be with the NATO people.
Yeah,
And that's
the
like
Who's that?
So there's like 24 countries. It's the US, United Kingdom, France, and then a lot of smaller countries like
all the cool
Lithuania,
ones.
Luxembourg.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, and what the deal is with that is it's an alliance where if any of those countries are attacked, it's the equivalent of attacking all of them. So
Yeah.
say
One in, all
if
in.
Luxembourg gets attacked, America
Are
treats
you-
that
are
like
Ukraine-
they've been.
Are you-
No, they're not.
Oh, okay, that's why no one's going in. No one's going in yet.
Yeah, and Putin's basically like, if you guys do anything, he didn't say it, but he said he would basically nuke them.
So is there a discussion around what's going to happen with conscription?
No,
In here.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So we've sent aid to Ukraine.
AIDS. We've sent AIDS to
Yeah.
Ukraine.
blow.
They're not going to enjoy that.
But no, so Australia, although a lot of people don't know this, Australia did have conscription for the Vietnam War.
When was that?
80s.
It was in like the 80s, yeah.
That's not that long ago.
No,
No.
Do we know anyone that?
not personally.
No. Wait, was it the 80s? I think so,
Oh,
yeah. Could have been the 60s.
Wait, yeah, 60s.
I know nothing. I know nothing about like the
Well,
war or any of that.
So the way
stuff.
conscription works is they do it with like a lottery where they pick out
Birthday.
your birthdays.
So
Yeah.
so
Kind of cool because then you guys all got the same birthday.
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
out there together.
Yeah, but fuck that, man.
Yeah,
think-
yeah.
But I think
What, Freddo cake or chocolate cake? Do you reckon they take?
Yeah, that's a big question over there.
I think it's interesting with like war nowadays because like we're seeing this all happen like live, and like you can go online and read about
Everything.
someone in Ukraine who's like experiencing this. Where back in the day it was a very like alien thing. It's happening on another continent.
I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok about
Just
like-
same. I'm watching guys in the Navy like getting bombed and shit, and it's like I went in the comments and I was like, holy shit, like this is actually happening. I went in the comments and some girl's like, damn, we're about to watch World War 3 on TikTok.
literally though. Literally, I don't watch the news. I'm not saying I get my news from TikTok, but I'm saying like
I do.
I watch a lot more social media videos.
Do you want to hear something real funny though?
Always.
About, look, it's a risky time to be hate speech and Mr. Putin himself. But
Oh, this will be good. This will be good.
But
75 and out.
I was chatting to my mate at work the other day about old mate Vladdy, and I was like, we were just chatting about him, like it's a bit of a strange thing to be doing, what he's doing, and I was like, I reckon he's short. I just thought he was
It's like small man syndrome.
just giving me energy. It's just like
I think so,
I reckon
yeah.
this guy's short. So I googled
How do we
it.
not know?
Googled it. 5'7".
Right.
I think I've also read comments that apparently he wears lifts in his shoes.
So he's smaller than 5'7".
Because
It's 5'5".
someone, there was like a comment saying that
5'7" in heels.
it's like, oh, Putin's really like underestimated, or he overestimated how easy it was going to be to take Ukraine.
Yep.
And then someone was like, for someone who needs to wear lifts in their shoes, surely they've realized that life isn't easy.
Jesus. Scenes.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man.
Is that official? Have we got...
Yep.
Oh, his height is, he's
He's 5'7".
Yeah. There's a great
What's that in
photo of-
centimeters?
Like 170, I think.
Nah, that's way smaller than that.
I'll go.
rather get it up. So there's a great photo of Barack Obama when he was in office. I'm not exactly sure where it was taken.
Barack's pretty big dude.
Yeah, and there's his like, I don't know what they're talking about. But
107
he's like,
centimeters flat.
Yeah, okay, right.
he's like standing over Vlad, like just giving him like telling him what's what. And because Putin, he was in the KGB, he was like that's like how he sort of got to power.
Yeah.
He's like a pretty like scary dude, especially like when he was like youthful and he was like in really good shape and stuff, and he was like
Yeah, okay.
pretty serious guy. And
Yeah.
then Barack's just like riffing into him, and he's standing there and he looks tiny and he's just like
Oh, how
cow-
timid.
yeah.
How timid boy.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking Hitler's only 5'8".
Well, that's the thing.
Was.
Was only 5'8".
Yeah, I think
It's
he's
really
dead now.
it's embarrassing when you think about it. Like these tiny guys.
Well, it's like
It's so
Napoleon.
cringe.
I feel like I'm only like 5'10", so
Yeah,
maybe
that's
just
massive.
pump the
Yeah,
brakes.
exactly. But like you look down on Adolf Hitler,
Yeah.
a man who's like.
I think most people do.
If you're looking up to the big man,
But you know what I mean. It's like you're looking down at this like guy who has relatively so much power and is causing mass destruction, and you can literally put your elbow in his head.
Yeah, give him a little noogie.
Yeah, legit, like what the fuck?
that's the sort of TikToks we
think-
want to see. That's the content that's going to get us through
Yeah.
legit.
these periods.
But I think that's why they're like obsessed with the power, because like they've gone up, obviously being like a little dude, and it's like
Do you reckon he got bullied? Is that what
Kim
you're saying?
Jong Un, 5'7".
So there's a
All
lot
these
of
dictators is just
a lot of
tiny,
boys
short
getting
kids.
bullied. Who's the tall,
But I don't get like so.
short king?
So when you're at school, right? When you're at school, like the short kids get like they're like they
The
don't
punching
have power.
bags.
Yeah, they're the little guys that cop it. How come these guys are like giving it to the big
But
guys?
is that it? Is they copped it all their life?
Yeah,
and
now
they're
they
just tainted.
dishing it
But at
out.
what point does it turn into like, I can tell you what to do? Because
I don't know. Might have
I
to get
don't
him on
know.
the podcast. Have a chat to him.
exactly,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy.
So
But I was thinking about this whole conscription thing, so I was a bit scared. And hopefully we don't get conscripted, because saying this on the potty will probably not allow me to do what I'm going to do. But I was saying to Joe, say if they were like, all right, we're going to conscript, like my birthday comes up, for example.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, let's do the health and medical checks to send you off. I'll just pretend I can't see anything.
Oh, you just.
Pretend I'm
be
blind.
blind.
As fuck. Yeah.
Do you go
They're
to?
not gonna
Like,
send
I
me if
actually
I'm
can't
blind.
see. Like I need pretty
Glasses.
decent
Yeah.
glasses to be able to
Yeah,
witness anything.
I always feel like because I remember hearing like the whole if you need glasses,
And my
you
knees
can't.
aren't great.
Yeah, I don't think you'd worry. Don't stress about the wardrobe.
Who's that small frail
But-
man that's bumping into shit?
You know, like the whole like eyesight thing is like a thing that comes up a lot.
Yeah.
But then I feel like in war movies, there's always like one nerd guy
Oh, yeah.
who has glasses.
Is that me?
It could be.
What was that? There is that film. Is it where they're like running on the beaches?
Here we go.
Saving Private Ryan?
Nah. It's come out.
Dunkirk.
Nah, it's come out more recently.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Avengers.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be a mix between Hacksaw Ridge guy.
Andrew Garfield, where he
I'd be
saves them all.
I'd be a mix between him and Forrest Gump with the knee braces.
Oh yeah.
That's you don't want that on anyone's team. I'll tell you that much for free.
All right, boys. I had 2 21sts on the weekend.
Popular.
Must be very
One
nice.
week he's rolling in the dollars. The next he's rolling in the social events.
One of my favorite things to do. So we always have a Friday.
I like this guy.
We have like our Friday team meeting where we always talk about what we're doing on the weekend.
Yeah, and you just
And-
distribute cash out. I'm just
No,
doing.
'cause
I'm just
like-
doing dollar bills, yo, over here.
Sometimes, no, don't do that.
Money showers
Like most of the time,
from
everyone's
9
like,
to 5.
Yeah, baby.
all right. So I work in a data team. So a lot of the people were, a bit more like on the introverted
Yeah,
side.
they're
or
nerds. Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I mean.
They're
You can
nerds,
say it.
okay.
They're
I'm a
nerds, yeah.
nerd too. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
you
fine.
are.
So it'll be
You're
like
a nerd, but you're rich. So
it'll be like
Hey!
yeah.
it'll be like the older people on the team like, oh, we've got plans with the kids, and then
Old
most
nerds?
people were like,
Boring.
gonna have a quiet weekend. And I love it when I got a 21st coming up. I'm just like, yep, I got a 21st on the weekend. It just feels so youthful. It feels so cool.
Yeah, I'm at the stage now where when I say I'm at a 21st, I feel like I then need to validate it with an excuse as to why I'm going. It's no longer like,
Why you're friends with a young child?
yeah, essentially that's what it's become. It's just like, wait, oh.
That's a bit weird.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a flex. Like, I'm 18. I've been to a few 21st this year. It is a flex being like, oh yeah, got 21st on. Can't come, boy. Sorry, 21st.
Just
I'm
do a
hanging
little-
out with someone 3 years older than me. Yeah.
Do a little bit of a
Graduated in 2017.
cameo appearance.
Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, so anyway, I'm at the 21st, and I'm having a good chat with one of the guys that I didn't really know many people aside from like
were you invited? You just rock up.
yeah, no, I was invited. So I saw like I'm good friends with the girl whose birthday it was, but I like don't really know many of her friends.
Very
Okay.
cool.
So he's having a chat with this guy, and then he's just like, "Oh, you're the
Here we
MacPack
go.
podcast."
Oh!
That's right. That's right.
Rich, nerdy celebrity.
Not to brag, but I got recognized out. Very cool. Anyway, then so we're having a chat, and I'm a bit like, you know what? This happens to me all the time.
It is what it is.
I would love to be a fly on the
Joe
wall.
was like, yeah, man, fuck off.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, listen, last week I heard you're worth
man,
heaps of money. You gonna buy us around?
Yeah.
Have some respect, man. I'm having a conversation. You can't just come up and interrupt me.
Yeah, I was having the conversation with him.
Oh,
You
Just
standing
doing-
alone in the corner,
talking for 2
just
hours
doing
before he was like,
dollar bill showers to
It's
yourself.
because I was walking around holding the Spotify thing up and showing people.
Had the QR code open on his phone.
Anyway, so I was talking to this guy, and he's like, oh yeah, like you're from the MacPack podcast. And I was like, yeah. And
He
goes,
said the full name.
I think so. Or maybe he just said the MacPack. And then he was like, yeah, you guys did that birthday video for me, which I don't know if we
Oh yeah.
talked about it on.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, because like not to toot our horn, but sometimes people ask us to do the cool birthday videos for them, and this is one of those times. It's one of many.
Should we put it up?
Nah.
It was probably our best work.
It wasn't.
But yeah, he was a nice guy, and he was like, I did the video. I was like, oh, like that's. Like I haven't thought about this really since we did it. Like that's so cool that I've like
Happy birthday,
met
man.
you now in person.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then
Did you wish him a happy birthday in person?
No, I didn't.
What a guy.
His birthday was ages ago.
That's alright, man.
And then his mate was there, and then I was talking to him as well, and he was like, oh yeah, like I was like I organized that for him.
Oh.
And he was like, yeah, so like I got a bunch from him like through Cameo and stuff. And then I was like, wait, through Cameo? You just messaged us on Instagram.
So you got to pay to be on Cameo,
And
yeah?
no, you're
Yeah,
getting
Cameo.
paid.
Pay for the service, yeah.
I was like, you mean we could have got paid for that? And he goes, yeah, you guys probably charged like $15 for the video. It's
That's
like,
a lot.
That's overs. That's heavy overs.
so that must be. I don't know I've never been on
I like doing them for free.
There's some fucking elite ones. Just quickly, there are some
Cameo.
elite ones. I actually watched a video the other day of a guy. We'll probably talk about this. This is worth talking about. And he sends them to stars to get references to like people who have done wrong. So he had one chick. He basically messaged one lady and was just like, yeah, just like shout out my man Rolf Harris.
I've seen that actually.
And yeah, and the message like reads like, yeah, like obviously you touched a lot of kids' hearts and other things, and it's just
Yeah, so
good on you. They're always looking up to you, and they're working out, how they can touch other
You
people.
can legit cancel them.
it's like
That's
this.
what's going
he's
on.
like a comedian
Yeah.
or something, and he basically just hits people up with like.
You traps them.
He's got
Once
Ivan
where-
Milat. Did
Yeah,
one for
Ivan Milat. Yeah,
and
but
it's
obviously that's like a massive Australian thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think worldwide. people really know about.
No. And he's talking about like, oh, like you're so good, like you picked up all those backpackers that time, and yeah, congratulations, Ivan, my lash. And it's just it's all the time.
So
It's good
good.
gear.
That is good, yeah.
It is. What were we talking about?
But yeah, on to 21st.
Oh,
Which is
21st.
actually the topic of this segment.
They're a good vibe.
Great time.
I'm not gonna lie. I think overrated in Australia. When you turn 21,
That was not really a big deal.
no, it's American thing. When you're 21, you can go and have a few beers.
Yeah, I think it's good though because it's like the special birthday. And it's good that, like it's like a big deal. Like your family will come to your 21st and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's better that it's not your 18th because like,
Why?
You're a
because then there's
child.
just a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds. It's like a nicer crowd. Everyone's a bit more mature.
Yeah. Okay.
Dressed a bit nicer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually.
You're not like getting like, like when you're 18th, it's like, we're going to get absolutely smashed. Like, this is going to be crazy. Where at your
You're a
21st.
party boy as well.
End of
man.
21st, usually it's like a lot of different age groups come to a 21st, Like 25-year-olds, 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
if
you got a wide
So if you have
spectrum.
an 18th, you're not inviting a
Inviting a
25-year-old.
15-year-old, yeah.
Been to a fair few 18s as well. Don't mind if I do. A fair bit of hijinks seems to get picked up, especially by the visiting team. So I know, speaking personally, when you don't have to buy beer,
Oh, it's great.
it's a dangerous period of time.
Hell yeah. It's good.
Yeah, especially when like you might even like you go to Prees or whatever,
Yeah,
and then like obviously you have a couple drinks at Prees, but then you're like, well, I know I don't need to bring these with me.
yeah.
I'm down in them at Prees.
So I'm often seeing at least with 2, sometimes 3 beers.
Whoa,
at a
big boy.
21st.
3.
Yeah,
Where are you
man.
putting the third?
I triple peg them.
Oh, shit.
I can easily hold
3
3
in
beers
one.
in one hand. Yeah, fucking know.
Damn, man. It's
Alright.
different beers?
Cans as well.
Are you going the same beers?
Whatever's available.
So, like, you can have, like...
But you got it because no one's paid for anything, and because there's
Gotta be
only a
quick.
limited amount.
Gotta be quick.
When you walk to that ice bucket, you're like, yeah, fuck it. Who knows what's going to be here by the time I come back around? So I'm going to grab 3. But the more you have in your hands, the quicker you drink them. And then you quickly realize on the way home that you shouldn't have drank 107 beers.
Yeah,
But
and everyone else is complaining that
it's a good
there were no
shout.
drinks. It's because of you.
you're like, what's this heaps?
It is also funny because like sometimes like people will put drinks on, and I think they really underestimate how much like certain people drink. You get like really like big boys who are like can smash like a carton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always very nervous when people are like, yeah, I put beers on. I'm like, yeah, you put beers on, but you didn't put like beers
It's not
on.
unlimited.
Yeah, I can see how many beers you got on. We're not going to get through most of this. All right, we asked the people of Perth
Let's
for
try
their best stories regarding 21st.
Yes.
We had some decent ones come in. We'll slowly make our way through the bunch. Maddie's was funny. Maddie Smith, first name, last name.
There you go.
She goes, drank a whole bottle of pink gin,
Ooh.
flashed my friend's boyfriend, and sang him happy birthday. Wasn't even his party. He had a good.
That is good.
She had a good time. India's in the catalogue at the moment as one of the people in the world who's tried to celebrate her 21st birthday, but due to COVID is still waiting. She's now
she's pushed it back so many
she's
times.
what, 23 now? She goes, I still haven't had my 21st birthday because COVID came in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, really, it like split my like 21st for my year like in half. Like half the people couldn't have them.
Yeah, so now she's meant to have it in April, but based on what's happened today, that probably won't be happening either.
Oh, you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. She's going to have a real old crowd at her 21st,
Mm.
including herself. We also had the likes of Noah.
No.
He said
What's he saying?
he's got a good one. He goes, I work behind the bar for plenty of 21st, and there was one night, right? So they're preparing all the stuff. So they're getting all the gear ready. Yeah?
Yep.
Yep. And
Prepping for the party.
Yeah.
They got kegs set up. They got extra staff on because they're expecting a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
piss load of people in.
Yeah.
Getting ready for this huge party, and only 10 people rocked up for this four girls party.
Jesus.
He goes on to say she was too fucked to even realize that no one had rocked up, so it wasn't a huge issue.
Sheesh.
But could you imagine hiring a function space
Yeah.
just for 9 of your pals to come over?
That's fucked.
Pretty flattening.
Yeah, and probably like half of them did speeches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who does the
Yeah.
speeches?
Yeah.
Well, when there's 10 people or just
Yeah.
in general?
I've
Is
been
it just a
to-
conversation? We didn't even turn the mic on. dude. Just fucking-
You guys have had, well, you guys both had your 21st, and it was very like designated
Who's
speeches,
speaking?
and they like wrote it down. They all had like a piece of paper, or it was on their phone and stuff.
Yeah.
Two of the 21st I've been, no, 3 of the 21st that I've been to, just like I'm spontaneous. Like they'll ask him before.
I've
cake.
done
They'll
I've
be
done
like, "Yeah,
one
can you go jump up?"
spontaneous speech before, mainly because dude whose party we were at, I was like, oh, like I was asking around. This is our first 21st,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh fuck, who's speaking? And he's like, man, no one, eh? Like you can if you want. And I was like, oh right, wow, okay, looks like we're doing a speech.
Here we go.
So me and one of the boys went up there and gave a pretty heartfelt speech.
Lovely.
But yeah, off the cuff was interesting.
Was it good?
Yeah, I think.
I didn't mind it. Like I don't get. There was a lot of boys who were like, "No, fuck that noise. I'm not getting up there. I don't have anything planned."
Yeah, I'm always surprised. Even like I've been to 21st where like the people knew they were doing a speech and they're like, "Oh, I've got like some dot points down and yeah,
Some
I think I'll
people
just be fine." I wrote mine when I did
Oh.
yours.
Like a
Well, me and
speech.
Riley wrote it on the day, but we had it like word for word. We knew what our fucking jokes
that's
were.
what joke was fucking good.
Yeah, that was
We
good.
killed. We fucking.
I wonder
killed.
if I've got it
Yeah,
on
do you reckon we have a
my
recording?
laptop or something.
Yeah, you do.
We could do a reading.
Do you reckon we have a recording of it?
Maybe.
Surely.
Potentially. I know for mine, a lot of the boys, because a lot of the boys who spoke at mine don't. Some of them have never done public speaking before.
Yeah.
Some of them have also never done reading, just period before.
Yeah.
So to do the combo of writing and reading and then present it to a group of people, that was a big moment for a lot of these blokes. Felt like a proud dad up there watching these blokes stumble over words. It was cute. Abby takes the cake. Abby's is huge, so we're happy just to roll through this one.
Alright.
Prepare yourself. So, at this unnamed cinema worker's 21st birthday, Abby listens to the show. There's actually a fair few references that get popped up. In this
Hell
little
yeah.
yarn.
Good on you, Abby.
At this unnamed cinema worker's 21st birthday party, I came very, very prepared with a whole bottle of pink gin. Pink gin's already made an appearance once in
the
this chat.
21st drink.
First mistake. This certain party was also themed 90s red carpet from memory. So I had a tiny little top on that I actually made out of an op shop scarf. So I hope you're understanding how little this thing must be.
Scarves are small.
And Abby's tiny.
Yes.
Like smaller than your mate Vladimir. Yeah. So after maybe one half of a bottle, she wasn't feeling her best.
Never do.
But that didn't stop her.
Yeah, but still got another half to go.
Yeah. Apparently, a half bottle of gin and a tiny top don't go very well together. All right, I'll take your word for it. I don't reckon it's a half top would look too flash on me. Just
No, I don't think I could pull it off.
Okay.
I don't think my midriff would look that great.
so halfway through, birthday girl's auntie tapped her on the shoulder to advise her that her top had actually risen up and was no longer covering her in the way that
Risen up. That's rare.
she
that it
had
goes
hoped.
Up.
Because I think it is like tied around her neck.
I've got a photo. I don't know if we'll share the photo.
You have
Not of
video.
that.
No.
Risen up and was not covering the way that she had hoped, but that didn't seem to bother her. Apparently, she looked her dead in the eyes, shrugged her shoulders, said whatever, and walked off.
Wait, Abby said this to the aunt.
Yeah, she just went, yeah, whatever, and just fucked off. Now, an hour or so later, many terrible moments in the photo booth, and about 3/4 of the bottle of the gin is now finished.
These
We all
printers, man.
we all stood around while they gave speeches. I remember this. We were at this party.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I don't remember this
the
happening.
details. Apparently, the speeches were great, but that was my last memory until I was getting put into an Uber by my great friend Liam Rafferty, who's also a big
King,
fan
yeah.
of the show. Arsehole, I thought he was coming with me, but no, he just closed the door and wished me well. She had her belongings,
man.
including the now empty bottle of gin, and I was sent to where I thought was home. I was nicely woken by the Uber driver to tell me that we had arrived, and he opened up the door,
Good
and I
Uber
fell
driver.
completely out into the mulch.
Oh, bad parking spot.
However, my house doesn't have mulch,
Oh,
but at the time, her boyfriend's house did.
Mulchy.
I don't know what happened then. There were a few missed calls to the boyfriend, the then boyfriend at the time. Hopefully this was on the final splintering. There was a few drunken snaps to her friends,
Classic.
where of which she's tried to put the pieces together since. But the next thing she remembers is getting woken up by a man
Uh-oh.
and his dog probably walking their weekly 5:30 a.m. Sunday morning walk in their very nice neighborhood. It must be
Must
very
be nice,
Very
yeah.
nice.
The old X is loaded, apparently.
And was asking if she was okay. So the old man's walked past and
Yeah.
asked if so he's checked in as well. I don't know where the boyfriend is at this point. She was not. The tiny top had now properly risen up and was not covering anything. How long was she in the fucking mulch for? The contents of her bag were all around her, as were her shoes, and there was a nice little surprise of what I can only imagine was an entire bottle of pink gin next to her. So I imagine she's vomited a whole. I somehow
yeah,
managed to
yeah.
get up, thinking I'd trapped my things, which I think she's alluding to her nipples. But the pin, but the pin inside of her top.
There was a pin.
Sorry. But the pin to get inside of the house. There's
Oh,
not
okay,
meant.
yeah.
Sorry,
It
I
must be
didn't-
nice.
it must be nice.
He's got a fucking lock screen at his front
Oh my
door.
God. So she puts the pin in, gets inside the house, and then stumbles up the stairs while bringing most of the mulch that she's been laying in into the house with her. She then found her boyfriend just asleep on his bed. So
Yep,
he's had
standard. He's just been asleep.
yeah,
this whole
he's
time.
had a good night. By the time
So
she,
scary, man. Imagine.
Why
sleeping
didn't she just go
outside.
in at the start if she knew the pin?
I think she just passed.
Why would the
Okay.
Uber driver leave her there and knock on the door, man?
Yeah, maybe do something.
Yeah, I know,
if
like-
you've witnessed a chick just like,
Oh, she's in the mulch. Gotta
Yeah.
go pick up someone else.
That's right. Like, good on him getting her out and stuff, but then you can't be leaving a chick. Just sitting
Good
in
on
the-
him getting her out the bare minimum, not kidnapping her.
by the time she got into his bed, it was probably 6 a.m. The sun was rising, and she had her alarm set for 8:30.
She had work.
As I had my little brother's birthday
Ah,
party
Oh,
at the
no.
one and only Adventure World.
Hey!
She was still drunk to at least 1 p.m. that day,
Oh,
and
yeah.
2 years later, she has refused to touch pink gin, wear tops that are not tops, and pass out in mulch. Can't confirm this won't happen again. Well, that is a tale.
That
Yeah,
is-
I'm not surprised at all, to be honest.
That's the top.
I can see how.
Well, you can't see too much, hopefully, but
I can see where the errors went. It's good.
areolas.
Oh.
We're done. Let's get into it.
There's been some hip hop drama lately.
There has.
There has.
Jake, you're always up and about in the hip hop sphere.
Jake is quite hip and hot.
So this is all probably old news to you.
Yeah.
But there's been some recent beef with Kanye West and Pete Davidson,
Big Westy.
who Kanye calls Skete.
Who? Kanye calls him Skete.
He calls him Skete
Why?
for some reason.
Scooter Pete.
I don't know why he calls him
Yeah, no one
Skete.
knows
It's
that.
like an insult, sort of, but I'm not exactly sure what it means. So essentially, the root of the
What?
the the root of the issue is
Came
that
from a root.
yeah. So Kanye and Kim obviously were separated and divorced.
Yep, they're
Um,
divorced.
And then Kim was
After
then on.
being married and had 4 children.
Mm,
You got 4 kids.
Yeah.
North, south, east, west.
North Saint
Chicago and the other one.
Yeah, I don't know the other
Yeah,
one.
Skeet.
the North. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they got kids. They be having kids.
They had kids.
Fuck.
How old are these
Um,
kids? I feel like I only knew about the
Youngest
the
probably
one
like
that's named after
North
the
is like 8,
Golden Star.
8ish. I'd say.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Okay.
They're all pretty young.
Northwest, Psalm West, Saint
Yeah,
West,
Psalm.
and Chicago
Psalm
West.
is the one that everyone forgets about.
Don't forget your Psalms.
Yeah. Anyway, so they
North
broke
side.
up. Kim goes on SNL. Then Pete and Kim essentially
Start
appear
dating.
to be dating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do their own SNL.
And now they live together.
Oh, they do live together.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know.
And
that.
Kanye bought a house right behind him.
Oh, that's normal. That's normal behavior.
Yeah. So essentially, Kanye was upset about this, which is fair enough. Kanye and Pete are like
Good friends. Good friends.
Like they were all at Kid Cudi's birthday together. Pete like loves Kanye's music or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, now he's dating his ex-wife, which is like fair
And-
enough
and
that
it's
there's
only
a
been,
bit
like,
of bad blood.
Probably less than a year since.
It
they
has not
divorced.
been long.
Nah. So dog act. Like full like if this happened like imagine your friend group right now. If this happened within the friend group,
Yeah.
there'd be like mad beef. You know, like they wouldn't be talking. So it's like it's fair enough. Kanye's reaction is fair enough.
But Kanye took to social media
That's not like him. He's normally pretty mild.
for, I would say, maybe 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, probably.
And he posted a barrage of posts,
Memes.
memes,
Memes. He was
Dank.
doing memes.
Dank, nonetheless.
He was doing dank memes.
and he's essentially there was a lot of topics that he was discussing, but the main one is that he didn't like Skete. He wasn't happy that Kim wasn't with him, I guess.
Yeah, I remember there was one scenario that happened before all the beef.
The birthday party.
Yeah, so it was Saint and Chicago's birthday.
They twins.
North and Chicago's birthday.
They twins.
Joint birthday party.
No, but I think they just joined them because they're.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Times are a bit tough at their Kardashian
Yeah,
house.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then so Kanye called up Kim, was messaging her when he found out about the party. He was like, "Oh, what's the address? Can I come through? You know, to see my children on their birthday."
Is he allowed to see his kids? Is that
Yeah.
still?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still
Alright.
the what do you call him?
And even before this, they were on
Dad.
pretty good
Yeah.
terms. Like, she had come to the Donda listening
Yeah.
events with the
She
kids.
was a part of it. She was like literally a part of the choreography.
All right. Cool.
Anyway, and then so Kanye didn't get allowed into the house, so he messaged Travis Scott, who's dating Kylie, who was also at the party.
So Travis has a kid with Kylie.
Yeah.
So they're like,
I used to watch the
In-laws.
that
They're all part of the
Kardashian
family.
show years ago.
Actually,
I feel like a lot's changed. Do you remember Chris
Yeah.
Humphries? I remember him. Do you remember Chris Humphries?
the NBA player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was involved for a bit.
Oh,
Lamar
I
Odom.
don't know who
Bring
Chris-
back Lamar Odom.
Tristan Thompson, bro.
Yeah, man. That chick
Yeah.
only likes basketballers.
I think-
Chloe.
Yeah, they're all big fans because they're all like, I don't know.
She'd hate
You know,
Peter.
all those girls are tiny as well. Like,
Yeah,
Courtney's
fucking-
5'3", man.
Vladimir's, man.
You know,
That's what they are.
the
Kanye's
craziest
only
thing about
5'8"
that
as
is
well.
that their dad was like OJ's lawyer.
Yeah.
Just a clouded family. Anyway, so this party, right? So then Travis sends Kanye the Addy, and Kanye pulls up, and the security is like pushing him back, like, no, you're not coming in to your children's party, right?
They put a cap in someone's
and
ass.
Kanye's like, bro, like, this is my kids, man, let me in.
Is it his house?
No, I think it was
the
at Kylie's
Kardashian
house.
Okay.
And then so Kylie came out and was like, nah, let him in. And then he came in, he was like having fun. He was talking to Kris Jenner, their mum, just like their grandma. It's just like, everything's
Oh,
fine.
so he went in. He was fine to go in.
Yeah, Kylie told the security guys to fuck off.
Right.
Yeah, so it was
no one's
fine.
telling Kylie
And
Jenner.
what did my man Skete think about all this noise?
I don't think
Well, they
Skete
weren't-
was there.
Yeah, they couldn't be seen. They were in no videos. Like even Kim.
And
Kim
so-
and Skete. So they might have left.
So that was sort of when it first got.
Skeeting out
I
of you.
reckon Pete's shitting himself, man.
Dude, yeah, Kanye is like.
Kanye's got
terrifying.
boys. Like Kanye's friends with like the Migos. And like every single rapper in the world is like Kanye's the GOAT. So it's like all these like
And-
big gang affiliated guys, these Bloods, these Crips. They're on one
Hell
team,
yeah.
yeah.
Who's
And-
on Pete's side? Who's Pete got with him?
Well,
Kim, bro,
a lot
that's
of
it.
our followers are on Pete's side, which I
Oh.
was not shocked by because typically people don't like Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
true. Yeah.
and-
Pete's a very cool guy. I'm a
Well,
big-
that's the
I'm a
thing.
big
yeah,
I
fan of-
really like
fan as
Pete.
Yeah.
So when Kanye was on his like tirade, and also to be fair, Kanye had been dating Julia Fox, who was in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
So
Just another
like
supermodel.
it's like a bit rich because he was dating a supermodel and he was mad that Kim was seeing
Oh.
someone else. But anyway, but then the funniest thing in this whole sort of like storyline that he was posting
Yeah.
on, one of my favorite things was when he was posting about like he didn't want Pete to like be with his kids and stuff like that, and then Pete sent him like a really heartfelt text about how he was like, hey, like I'm not gonna replace you as their
yeah,
dad, like
yeah.
I don't want to be involved in that relationship, like that's between you guys, like that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
super nice message.
And I have no
Kanye-
doubt that Kanye was super mature. In
Kanye
the songs.
screenshotted it and posted on Instagram
Yeah, that's
saying,
what he
"You
did.
will never see my kids," in all caps. And he also,
What a man! What a man!
but the best post, like, because obviously it is a bit frightening because he's like going through all these mental issues, but like a lot of the posts are pretty funny.
Yeah.
The best one is that he posted a meme that was like the Civil War poster
I did see this.
with like the Avengers.
was that he actually shared that?
Yeah,
I
he
thought-
posted it on his own Instagram, yeah. And it was like, yeah.
And then he put up another meme after this. He was like, "This might be the last one for tonight." Like he's just wilding out at home. Like he's just fucking around.
Yeah, so he had like on his side, it was like him, like Drake, Travis Scott, whoever. And the other side is like Pete, Kim.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Billie Eilish, Kid
Cudi.
Cudi, because he had also beef with them.
He's such
Taylor
a weird
Swift.
guy. Man.
Yeah.
He's a king. But that's the thing. Like
So odd.
when it all boils down to it, Jake would actually like this. Kanye's a marketing genius.
He is, yeah. And I do respect a large percentage of what he's been able to do.
The only time,
But he's still tapped.
the only time he ever goes on these like rampages
When shit's
when an
happening,
album's
yeah.
coming out.
I feel like they take his phone off of him, and then when an album's coming out, they just go, "Oh, there you go, have it back."
But there was a
And then he just does what he fucking well wants. If he had a phone all the time, I think we'd see a lot more of this carnage unfold.
I think he does it deliberately. He did it with all the like
every time.
Trump stuff
He doesn't have.
before his last album.
Is he going to
came
be
out.
president? I still vehemently see videos of him talking about being president in 2024.
I think Kanye West would be a good president.
Look, the way
Have
that
worse.
the way that we're going,
Donald Trump was president, man.
the way that we're going, anything could happen. And
That'd
he
be
fits
Putin.
the height. He fits the height barricade. He's like
He
one of
is
those
a short king, yeah.
Adventure World rides. You have to be this tall to get into the presidential candidate.
And so obviously Kanye's been the focal point of this, but I think and we saw it last time with Pete's stand-up special where he talked about Ariana Grande and Louis C.K., who he had like beef with prior to.
Yep.
I imagine his next one is going to be like his comedy special will be like off the rails because he hasn't talked about it much.
Netflix
And I
are
think
gonna
he's just
love
going
it,
to
man.
come out and be like, okay, this is what it was like when
Yeah.
Kanye was
He's gonna go
ranting.
crazy, man.
He doesn't care either. Like he's very nonchalant,
He's so chill about everything.
but very smooth in the way that he can come across so casually, but just put daggers in. Like he's
Yeah.
just the smoothest operator with
Yeah.
how he does it.
It's really good.
He always spoke quite highly about my man Mac.
yeah, he did, and he was very good with like Ariana when they were going through
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's very like seems like a very genuine dude. He's like he still lives with his mum, and he's like because obviously his mum like raised
yeah.
him.
He's got some good movies. I've seen all of
and he's
I've
like
seen all of his stuff.
he like supports her with like all the money he's made. He's like seems like a very good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got beef with Kanye, so I'm team Kanye. You know how it is.
Has anyone checked in with the other guy? What's his name? Bruce? Oh, not Bruce anymore. The other one? Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, she weighed in.
I
No,
don't
she
know. I don't
hasn't.
know.
She sticks out of it. It's not really her. A lot of them stick out. Stuff that they're not involved in. They don't say anything. Like Kim hasn't said anything.
Nah. I
Like
think
stuff
they just
don't
sort of
have to.
stay out of it.
Yeah.
They let Kanye do what he
It's
wants.
Kanye's thing, technically.
Yeah, true.
But when people also need to think about when they're like saying like fuck Kanye, he's being weird and stuff. He just wants to see his kids. He just wants his family back together. Like he doesn't want beef.
Yeah,
He
I
just
know.
wants his family to be at harmony. He wants to be able to wake up in the morning and see his kids.
All right, well, we asked the people of Perth, which team are you on? Are you on Team Pete? Are you on Team Kanye? An incredible 66% of people were on Team Pete, while 34% of people are with Kanye. We asked the question why, and we had some half-decent answers come through. Joe, take it away.
Yeah, so Liam goes, doesn't really care, but watching it's still pretty funny. Hawk said that essentially that it's a dog move what Pete's done, getting with his mate's ex, and Kanye just wants his family back together. Anthony brings up a good point. If any normal person did what Kanye's doing, we'd call them manipulative and toxic, which is very true. Like, I can't imagine an actual person like in real life
Oh yeah.
like doing this. It's like when you think about it like that, it's a bit off the rails.
Mum doesn't know who Pete is. Mum
Yeah,
just wanted to
Mum
let
has
everyone know.
no idea who Pete is.
Mum's seen that movie about his dad passing away.
Yeah, and she really liked it, I thought.
Yeah.
not enough.
And then I think this is sort of the sentiment that I think anyone can agree with is that I really love Kanye so much, but you got to admit he's being an absolute dick right now, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys. It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy week in regards to the news.
It has, but there's always something you can rely on, Jake.
There is. That's memes. That's
Names, we got names.
dank memes. I love a dank meme more than most.
They always come in clutch. They save you at the end of the day. You finish a long, hard day. You go into your bedroom. You sit there on your phone, and you smile at your screen, looking
look
at
at
these
some
dank
memes.
memes.
I enjoy the viral videos more than the dank memes.
Yeah, so
Oh.
you take your memes in video form.
And I like the ones that they don't seem to have any context to them. They're just, and I think there is what would it be? Is it an air of just like ignorance?
On the person's part.
Yeah.
It's like spontaneity, and I think oftentimes it's when like the person makes something that shouldn't be as popular as it's like they're not trying to make something viral.
No, and
They're
everyone's
just
sort of,
like, oh, this will be funny.
so everyone just jumps in, sort of taking the piss originally, and then everyone just gets behind the underdog. I think that's the funniest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like especially with a lot of these ones that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna go through a few.
We got meme chat.
It's like it's something that everyone can relate to, no matter what.
Rinse out the old nostalgia. We're gonna kick on.
Something beautiful in it.
We're gonna kick things off with the latest trend
The latest meme.
On TikTok.
by our good friend. What's his name? James Bish.
Yeah,
James Bish.
Jamie Bish.
You would have heard this. That's it.
And that's
Alright,
it.
so-
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
That's all she
so
writes. So all it
All
is.
the audio listeners.
Describe it for us, Joe.
So essentially, okay, we got fade in. We see the interior of a dirty kitchen sink.
No,
It's a bathroom.
Oh yeah, bathroom sink. Sorry. A dirty bathroom sink. You see his Oral-B toothbrush
Yeah.
and just sort of like
Just a dusty.
just so much stuff on the sink.
Yeah.
Obviously that song is playing. I forget the name of it, but you know the one.
I want you.
It pans up. You see a small man
Yeah.
in the reflection of the
Yeah,
the mirror.
And he looks like he would smell, this man. He looks like he's a. Anyway, that's.
yeah.
just-
That's Jason's helping us paint the picture.
He's
Yeah.
a comedy god.
The
but
mirror
He
is
is.
He's a funny
filthy.
a
looking
big,
guy.
smelly
But he's
And-
guy.
embracing his look.
He then proceeds to, so he's got his obviously phone in one hand, which he's using to record, and then he proceeds to swing his body to the beat
Sway, baby.
in a very jovial dance.
And it has
191 million views on TikTok
Obviously.
and 26 or 27 million likes.
yeah.
It's
So
funny.
that's more than the people who live in Australia.
That's incredible. It's good to go back and watch, because we immediately jump back on his page to be like, oh, where's
See what
this?
else he's got.
Yeah, and it's obviously just other people who have.
Done the same thing.
Yeah, but there is a consistent thread where they're just shit videos.
Yeah, because that's so this video. So 191 million people watched it. So even if 1% of those people scroll through his other videos,
yeah,
that's every video has 1 million views right there.
yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
No, it's good. One of my favorites of all time
Yeah.
has to be this one, and this just come about from the schoolyard. This is something you could do at uni when you head back next week,
This
right?
was viral.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white van. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white vans. Thirsty, man. Damn, Daniel.
What's the thing he says at the end? It's thirsty man. Is that what he says?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you catch that?
It's good, man. It's crazy because like that.
He was on Ellen. They were on
They were
Ellen.
both
That was
on
a
Ellen.
compilation
For
of,
ages.
like, a lot of different videos of this Daniel wearing a different pair of Vans.
Yeah.
Right? He went from like the black regular Vans to the
To the
white
white.
van.
And then he was back at it again.
But
with
every
the
single video,
white
there's probably
van.
like 10, 15 in there.
Yeah.
How does he say "damn Daniel" differently every single time?
The thing is, we worked with
Yeah, he's been on the phone.
Wesley Black.
Yes.
And he sounds eerily like
him.
Damn
Oh my
Daniel.
gosh, man.
The Damn Daniel
The
kid.
exact same.
Yeah, no, it's
And like the
cute.
Damn Daniel one, it's funny because obviously Daniel is the one who's got more of the internet
The
fame,
clout,
but
yeah.
he's not the creative mime either.
Yeah.
He's just a guy walking.
And he hated
He's
it.
the
He's
talent.
walking away. He's bloody hating it. Damn
Yeah.
Daniel's hating it.
But Joe did mention this. I remember when like "damn Daniel" was a thing. When you're making a meme and you make a Vine, right? The moment that you go on the Ellen DeGeneres show is the moment you die.
Yeah, you've peaked.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
what do these people do now? Like, what does Damn Daniel... Because there's a
I've heard
period...
he's moved on to Nike.
Oh.
He's been trying with the Nikes.
No, I think
Doesn't go as
Back
well.
it again with the Air Jordans.
That's it.
yeah, I think like a lot of them, especially when they're like going on Ellen and stuff, they sort
Al-
of reach a point.
Alan.
Yeah, Alan. Yeah.
It's the new spin-off.
When Ellen gets cancelled, it'll be
It's
Alan.
Alan.
She's not cancelled, man.
Yeah,
She's
that's
still,
like a
she's
whole-
still about. Ellen's still-
Apparently, I think they still make the show, even
Yeah,
though like
right.
I haven't heard
Damn.
a good story about her in a while.
Yeah. She's good
But
as
yeah,
Dory. She's good as Dory there.
she's good as Dory. Yeah,
She's good as
yeah,
Dory, yeah.
redeeming Dory.
goodness.
Yeah, but they go on the Ellen show, and then it gets a little bit too like commercial. It's a bit like, oh, now it's like
We're milking it.
Now there's
the
money making.
studios are into it. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not for the people.
Something the
anymore.
studios never really got into was this one.
I'm in my mum's car. Broom, broom. Get out of my car. Aw.
Just English people, man. They're just weird.
You could be saying anything, and I'd have a good honestly. That one's a class. That one, I've
cried
probably
at that.
seen that hundreds of times.
That was Vine. That were the
That
days
was
of Vine.
Yeah. Oh, damn, Daniel was Vine as well.
Dan Danny was Vine. Oh, the more you know.
I think, and that's the thing with Vine is like, so with TikTok, TikTok's obviously way bigger than Vine, but because TikTok has longer videos, there's more room to sort of like go with stuff.
Because what was Vine? Like
7
six?
seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Like there's only so much you could do with 7 seconds. You're not gonna get
It's
like
crazy what some people did with 7 seconds though. Like the Paul brothers, they went crazy in 7 seconds.
what are they?
They, Jake and
Jake
Logan.
and Logan Paul.
Oh, Paul brothers. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the amount of shit they put in.
I thought you said the
7 second
Paul brothers.
what are they? Sorry, what are they?
Who are they?
What are
Yeah, like I think Vines were just so chaotic.
What about that one? What are those?
What are those? Yeah, what was that? Is that about Crocs?
What are those?
And then what are those?
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
had one of the
Is
worst.
that was Joe trying to do a what are those?
We
Is it?
still-
What are they?
What are those?
What are they?
What are they?
What are those? Are still like. That's still around. That's
Well,
circulating.
What are those? Probably has the worst sort of like corporate use ever, and that was in Black Panther when T'Challa like comes back, and then Shuri,
Oh yeah, yeah,
his
yeah.
like little sister, goes, "What are those?" And it was like 2 years after it was popular.
Let's have a gaze.
Oh,
Hang
the
on.
original.
Let's rip that shit up right now.
Here we go.
Question for you. What are those? What are the officer? I got one question for you. What are
That
those?
is black shit.
I don't remember. I remember that being funnier than.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen the original.
I feel like we just heard it a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a.
We used to say it when Mum was wearing her Crocs, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's why.
Okay,
Oh,
we
this one.
need the authentic. We need the.
What are those?
They are crap.
They are my crocs.
Yeah, that's the one.
that's funny.
That's the winner. That's the winner. They are my Crocs. That should have been a more iconic line. Let's go again. Let's go again with that.
What are those?
They are my crocs.
That's a lead.
I think, yeah,
Mum still gets into it now because we wear
we
Crocs.
wear the Crocs.
Yeah.
The tables have turned.
They have. We might have to do. We might have to do a whole Vine compilation this week on the MacPack podcast. We'll go back and we'll do each of these.
We
But
make some Vine.
yeah, I don't think we could leave the king himself. What's his name? Macaulay Culkin. What's his name?
Yodel Boy.
Yeah. What's his name though?
Mason
Ramsey.
What's he get up to now? What does that man
He's
do?
a pop star.
He a pop star.
He's on TikTok.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
He's
got
actually
a
not
few
bad.
million.
How old? He must be pretty old now, eh?
Yeah, like 12.
He sounds unwell.
Not as good as singing it.
I like the foot tap. The foot tap's the best. Ooh.
Oh, this kid's good, man.
I probably heard enough.
Bro, I actually know this song.
Go on, go on. Do the next verse with him. Do the verse.
It's actually a banger. Lovesick Blues.
And then he was on.
He was on Ellen. He was on
He
Alan.
was on Alan. Yeah, big fan of Alan. He was also on Lil Nas Lil
Oh,
Nas
he
X.
was.
He was on the Old Town Road
Yeah, that was a
remix.
banger, man. His
We
It
can't
actually
play
was.
that. I think we
It's
get in
really
trouble if
bad.
we play that.
It was with it was him. So it was Lil Nas X, Billy Ray
I can
Cyrus,
still hear him just yodeling in the background.
Billy Ray
Is that
Cyrus,
in my mind or is that? Yeah.
Young Thug, and Mason Ramsey. And they were
Obviously.
all on because this is when he was like doing all those remixes of it. But the one with all four of them, like it actually slaps. It's probably my favorite. We've got it on the vinyl.
Yeah, it's good, man.
And Mason Ramsey kind of went off. He went hard on that track.
Yeah, legit.
He's a mad dog.
The-
What are we predicting the next Vine to be? They've gone from like higher production value to just a man in his bathroom.
Yeah, I think on TikTok, it's a big trend. That's like it's always the low quality videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're easy accessible.
They're funny.
But do we think it's going to be a war one? Is there going to be someone in a tank who's going to be yodeling? Is that what?
Well, I feel
You never know.
nowadays with viral videos, like especially with TikTok,
You
like
say viddies?
viral videos,
Okay.
like the days of YouTube and stuff, like
Is this it? Maybe this is the next
People,
one. This could be it. Viral
were-
viddies. Viral viddies.
people weren't watching as many videos. Now with like TikTok, you can watch like
300 videos.
like so many videos so quickly, and you just sort of like forget them as you go.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they don't have the
Like
same
that guy.
staying power.
You won't be around in a month.
Oh, is he going to pass away?
Yeah, we're gonna take him
What
out.
do you
Do you reckon
know?
he'll get conscripted?
All right, boys, that brings us to our favourite weekly segment. It is time for our Everyday Hero. Joey, take it away.
So this week, obviously we know there's been some pretty crazy stuff happening in the world, which has been pretty terrible. But from that, there's been a lot of good coming out. A lot of
Like that meme guy.
like the meme guy, yeah.
That meme guy from the bathroom.
So obviously we know there's been the conflict in Iraq.
I never thought
in Ukraine.
I never thought we'd be doing war talk.
Yeah. It's something you don't wish to happen.
No.
But it's
No.
happening.
So the people of Ukraine obviously been invaded by Russia, and from that, there's been some great acts of leadership. For example, from President Zelensky. So he was bit of background about him. He's quite an interesting guy. So he was originally studied law, then he became a comedian. He was then on a TV show where he played a guy who becomes the Ukrainian president.
Yep.
He then becomes the Ukrainian president in real life.
Right.
Then he was caught up in a controversy that ended up with the president of the US, Trump, getting impeached. From Trump asked him to investigate Biden, and he said no.
Yeah.
And that was like a whole thing. But he was able to stand up to the United States then. So pretty brave thing to do.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And now he's standing up against Russia. He's still there. His family's still there, and he's like really like leading his people.
How tall is he?
Not sure exactly.
Wait, what's his name?
Vladimir Zelensky.
His name's also Vladimir.
Vladimir.
We've got a Vlad off. We've got a Vlad off.
We
at
got
the
a
moment.
Vlad v.
Fuck.
Vlad. I think it
This
must
is
be.
deeper
If he's
than we
if he's
thought.
5'7" as well, we've got real issues.
But a lot
Imagine
of,
like the ESPN matchup of these two blokes.
well,
Vladimir.
they're actually so we're recording this Monday night. They're going to have diplomatic chats
he's quite
about
handsome.
now. He is quite handsome.
He's a handsome young man.
Looks like he looks a bit Peaky Blinders.
He's like
What a man.
How does it say how tall he is?
Oh, I'll find out, don't you worry about it.
so obviously no one really knew who this guy was.
Well,
prior
I did
to,
it. This
like, a couple weeks
this
ago.
segment.
Like I saw him on the news when all the tension was building, and I was like, "Oh, poor guy, like, he's having a rough time," because he's just stressed about
Yeah.
the war that might be happening. But yeah, he's like really leading his people well. He was like doing videos of him in Kiev, the capital, like showing that he was still there. He was
Yeah.
still
Chicken
supporting
Kiev?
people. He was like having dinner with the soldiers and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
really good dude. And then some other stuff came up about his past. So he actually won Ukrainian Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, shit.
I saw this. Yeah.
And he's like really good. And there's also a fantastic video of him on, I think it's like Got Talent. The video with the piano. I don't know if you saw this.
No, I haven't seen
So
that.
it's him and I'm assuming like another comedian. And there's like a grand piano. And they're standing there with like their hands up like that.
Yeah.
And they're pretending to play the piano with their weenuses.
Oh, right.
It's like a comedy bit where they're like jumping around
Puppetry of
like
the
that,
penis, yeah.
And like the piano, like all this like classical music.
Oh, yeah.
The
and
more
it's
you're
just-
telling me about him, the more I'm finding he's quite a lot similar to Donald Trump in the sense that he's quite well equipped with a lot of,
Comes from the same background.
yeah,
Entertainment.
fucking entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Well, that was when the
Is he the host of The Apprentice over in Ukraine?
No.
Not yet.
Um,
Next season.
Guess how tall he is?
5'7".
5'7".
Is he actually?
Yep.
Maybe it's like a Eastern Europe. It's cold there. Maybe they don't grow as much.
They don't get enough sunlight.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it must be like the opposite
must
to of
be.
Adventure World where you have to be so tall to ride the ride.
You got to be so short to lead.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, he's been
You can hide under like a desk in case shit hits the fan.
he's been a great leader to the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, sorry.
Really admirable. I think like obviously people over the world are learning about him, learning like this guy's a great guy.
And a fun guy by the sounds.
And then, but probably one of the most heroic acts was on like the first night of the invasion, and it was at a place called Snake Island, which is like an island where they like almost like border patrol.
Okay.
And this Russian warship was like coming to them, and they were like requesting to go through, and these Ukrainian guys, I think there was 13 there, and they were talking to them like over the loudspeaker, and I think Riley's got the clip.
Yeah, so the Russian guys, said to the Ukrainians, they were like, "We're coming in. You can either surrender, or we're going to kill you." And then the Ukrainian boys are heard saying, "What should we do?" And then one of them goes, "Should I tell him to go fuck himself?"
Can you play the whole thing?
And he says,
It's not in English, but yeah.
Oh.
It's not in English, but I'll play the clip of him telling the Russian soldiers to go fuck themselves before his before him and his
And right before
Ukrainian
this
soldiers'
happened,
demise.
so he whispers, he goes, like, so they're obviously talking through the mic. He goes away from the mic, goes, "Should I tell them to go fuck themselves?" And then one of them says, "Just in case," and turns the volume up to make sure they hear it.
Hell yeah.
And then he goes, "Go fuck yourself."
And this is him telling the Russian soldiers to go fuck themselves. There you go.
You can hear the dial going on.
Yeah.
Russian warship, go fuck yourself.
And so what? They passed away.
Yeah, so they passed
And then
away,
they blow
but
them
it's just really insane that
So what's the circumstance that brought that on?
They were just
they were invading.
Right.
They were just coming into the island.
And they're like not, I don't think they're soldiers and stuff. And that's sort of the amazing thing
But
about
he knew
it.
that the moment he said that was it.
Yeah,
So
basically.
he knew his last words are going to be,
Go fuck yourself.
"That's wild."
I think they knew no matter what happens here, we're going to die. So
Yeah, and it's
Might
like
as well go with style.
the Ukrainian people, a lot of them are like civilians and they're going to fight. They're not like,
Yeah.
they're not just getting put down. And it's
I did
like,
see that video. I think I sent it to you today. That there's a guy that was sitting on a bridge. He was just like by himself. His family's been like properly done in. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I saw that. There was also an 80-year-old man went to enlist.
Yeah, fuck.
Because he was like, "I'm not doing this. Like, I'm gonna fight with my like,
with my
With the
boys.
boys.
yeah."
Shit.
Yeah, it's actually
And it's like-
crazy.
Russia's like a global superpower, and Ukraine is just like Ukraine. It's just like a pretty small country in comparison.
Yeah.
But they're like really showing the world what they're made of. They're like standing up essentially for like everyone, because Russia can't do this to countries
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get away with it.
In that video, like you hear the Russian soldiers telling him like, "We're going to kill you," and not one of them says like, "Fuck, like, what are we going to do? Like, how do we do
Yeah.
this?" They're like, "Fuck it."
They're just like standing up
Fuck you.
for what's right, and they're defending their home, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I like it. So last week we awarded our everyday hero to a football player who saved who saved 2 kids from drowning. The week before that, we awarded it to an old woman who just stayed in her house long enough to just sort of pass away without giving her property away. And this week, we're giving the everyday hero to the whole, is it a country?
Yeah.
Of Ukraine. All right, boys, that brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack Podcast.
Yep.
A bit of a learning curve, that episode. There was,
Yeah, quite like some serious topics.
yeah, very serious. I learnt a lot. I had my notebook out taking notes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so many memes I learned about this week.
No rave reviews this week and no funny games. It was more just serious meme chat and then serious warlord chat and then serious social media beef as well.
Yeah, it's like we got everything.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
If you're looking for conflict, you found the place this week on the MacPack Podcast. Yeah, get on the social pipes. We've got a whole heap of new merch coming as well, which isn't war related, but it's MacPack related.
Yeah, definitely. And also, if some people are obviously feeling a bit down about the whole war situation, if you want to maybe cheer up your friends, suggest a different episode where we don't mention it.
Yeah, that's probably good. There's a bit of a catalogue building out. We got 74 other episodes where we didn't talk about, sad things. But yeah, unfortunately this week we felt the need to address it.
Yeah, I think also looking back, our episodes are almost like a time capsule of what's
Yeah,
going
100%.
on. And we
100%.
can't just ignore
It's going to be jarring for
events.
people who listen back to this in a couple of years' time. Who knows what's going to happen in, a
if
couple,
there even is.
in a couple of weeks. But yeah,
It'll be interesting to see what's happened next week.
Well, even by Friday, when this comes out, like
Yeah.
Yeah, true. This might all be redundant.
Yeah, we could all be speaking Russian.
Who knows what's going to go down. Also, COVID's well and truly in WA. We didn't even mention that.
Oh yeah.
It's never been as bad as it is at the moment, and everyone in Perth's just like, oh, well,
What are you gonna do about it?
fuck it. The footy starts in a couple of weeks. We better get out there.
Yeah.
Grin, bear it, put your masks on.
Maybe we'll talk about COVID next week. Cheery chats about that.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure until we do so this time next week. Stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to.
Go give your mama a hug.
It's Chuff now. Spin off it.